What's up, family? How you guys doing? It's your boy Dave Wilkins with God Steps, aka Chicago Dave, where we take one verse at a time, one step at a time, and really journey through this life, taking gems out of the Bible and see how we can keep our eyes on Christ and how we're supposed to see and experience life. So I got two verses today that I want to break into and see what we can get out of them. The first one is amazing, and it's really the key piece to the whole gospel. Okay, Matthew 1:21. She will give birth to a son, and you are to give him the name Jesus, because he will save people from their sins. Okay, so an angel came to Mary, and Mary was old in age, and the angel said that you're going to have a son, and she was like, what are you talking about? I'm so old, and how is this going to happen? And he was like, don't worry about it. This is what is going to happen. And this is the name, Jesus, that he will have. But most importantly, he will save people from their sins. So have you ever sinned? Have I ever sinned? Yes. And too often. But we can go to Jesus and ask for forgiveness. Hey, can you forgive me for the way I spoke to my loved one? Can you forgive me for stealing? Can you forgive me for this or that? And I know in the moment there is some shame, there is some feelings of guilt, but God will wipe that clean. So we want to try not to do it again, but we go to Jesus and ask him to forgive us of those sins and give us a new start. Okay, and that's what we can do. So remember that part of the story and share that for people who might not know the gospel. Okay, so that's verse number 1, Matthew 1:21. The second verse I want to talk about is 1 John 4:9. This is how God showed his love among us. He sent his one and only Son into the world that we might live through him. Now, as we sit down and contemplate that, how do we actually live through Christ? I mean, we go to church, we hear about biblical stories, and we hear about love and compassion and forgiveness. And we focus on a lot of those issues. But I would agree, or most of us probably would agree, that there's way more issues and topics in life that we battle with than just love and forgiveness, right? So I just jotted down a few notes of what I thought were some topics that we probably come in contact with pretty much every day, definitely every week, okay? So think about this: anger and mental issues. And it's not all wrong to, or it's not all bad to have anger or to have mood swings. It's natural, but it's really how you manage those. And how do we have a mind like Christ when we do get angry, when we do get in a situation where our mood swings might be going up and down, okay? The next is huge, and it's very focused on this last season that we just went through or still going through. Political unrest. Some of us were super upset, super ashamed of the outcome. Some are happy and some are glad. How do we manage that? How do we communicate with people that we need to live around and work with and all that kind of stuff? Some of us want to go and just immediately get in a fight. Some of us want to slander and be super critical of the opposite side. How do we look at that and view communicating through Christ's lens? So that's another area. Family issues. Some of us are blessed with two-parent homes, brothers and sisters, and uncles and grandparents, and just a perfect family that you wouldn't want to change. Some of us have no family at all. So there's a lot of hurt, there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of happiness, but a lot of things happen around the family concept. So for some, it's amazing. For some, it's not. How do we manage those issues as well? Okay. Next would be crime and punishment. I mean, we really think about it, you know, some people do sin and some people have to pay the penalty by going to jail. Some people die from crime. Some people, you know, go through all kinds of different experiences. How do we take, you know, the gospel, and how do we take the examples in the gospel and apply those in a way that Christ would punish crime and deal with it as well? Okay. Health issues. This is an area that actually right now I'm kind of going through, ankles got swollen and some other stuff that's never happened before in my life. I'm not really sure how to figure it out or what it means or what I should do, but you know, sometimes it's definitely praying and getting on our knees and making sure that we ask God to cleanse our body from any illnesses, but you don't want to be depressed about it. You want to give it to God and He'll handle it. Definitely make sure that you stay in the doctor's office and that you get somebody to consult you on those health issues, but if we give it to God, He'll help us do that as well. Also in career planning, guys, if we do career planning without God, sometimes, you know, we say, I want to be an engineer, I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to be in the music industry. But if you don't ask God, hey, what did you put in me to as a tool that you can use, or what do you want me to do in this life? Because we all have our own brain and we all have wants that some are in line with God's will, some are not. But I would suggest that we consult Him in the career planning process, so one, we can optimize the time that we have on this earth. Yeah, you could be the best engineer in the world, but what if you were supposed to be a social worker helping people heal and get over obstacles in life? So that's just something to think about. Financial issues. Everybody, young and old, rich and poor, has financial issues. If we carry those burdens by ourselves, guys, there's probably no way to ever get out of sinking or to actually succeed through it. So when you ask Christ to be in your finances, when you're participating in giving to church and charities, He will level the playing ground and help you succeed in life, and also probably be able to help others as well. So that's an area you might want to focus on. And I think most importantly, the gospel is all about love. And throughout the Gospels, there's story after story of how Jesus showed how to love. It wasn't always perfect in terms of the people that He showed love to. Sometimes it was tough love. Sometimes it was love that was unexpected. Sometimes it was love that was given to people that were undeserving of it. But if we can apply what we learn in the gospel into everyday situations, guys, we're probably going to find different ways to love people that earn it, love people that don't earn it, that don't deserve it, love our enemies, all that type of stuff. So when going back to the verse, when it says He sent His one and only Son into the world that we might live through Him, remember that living through Him is way more than just love and forgiveness. It's all those things. It's those issues. It's family, it's health, it's finances, it's career, it's this and that. So guys, when you just put on that helmet of God vision, it's every aspect in your life that God will impact. So let's try and live through Him. And remember the reason for the season. I know you see the family Christmas tree behind me. That's actually the small one. We usually do it pretty big at our house, but remember the true reason for the season. I know it's a lot about gift giving and all the technology and the gadgets that we can get and showing people that you love them and stuff like that. But remember that it's all about Christ's love, and that He gave us the ultimate gift of, one, becoming human and, you know, being raised in an environment of criticism, of a lot of negativity coming towards Him, but then the ultimate price of getting on a cross, dying for our sins so that we can have forgiveness and we don't have to carry those burdens for the rest of our lives, and that we can have a relationship with Christ. So remember the reason for the season, and I just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from my family to yours. And remember to stay clued in. I know some of you guys this might be the first time. Go to YouTube, go to Facebook. There's many of these episodes out there, and I'm going to keep going. So let's just keep our focus right during this season. Don't get stressed out. If you can't get the gifts that you want, make one. Guys, it's not all about money, and it's not all about, pleasing people. Let's try to please Christ first and just be in the right mindset for the season. All right, it's your boy Dave Wilkins, and thanks for cluing in, and I'll see you guys next time. Merry Christmas.